welcome back. Welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and in today's video we are going to be talking about another Star Wars comic book. We're going to be talking about this latest issue of Darth Vader. Wow. 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 That's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out. I'm kidding, obviously. But it was actually a really amazing chapter, issue, whatever you like to call it. I like to call it chapters. I don't know why. I know it's issue by issue, not by chapter, but I always tend to call them chapters. But man, in this issue, it was just absolutely fantastic. So, what has been going on in this Darth Vader comic book? Let me do a quick little recap. Basically, after he lost Luke in episode 5, Luke fell down the shaft and said, "No, I'm not going to join the dark side," basically. He wanted to know who hid Luke from him and why. He wants to know who did it, and I go back to that first issue because we have this really interesting scene when he drops and we see both him, his mother, and Padme and Luke just drop. It's such an incredible story. What eventually happens is he goes actually to none other than Padme's tomb. Yes, Padme's tomb. And tries to discover if she was actually pregnant when she died. Turns out, of course, she wasn't. And they just try to figure out who was it? Who hid Luke Skywalker from him? Of course, the name Obi-Wan Kenobi is the one who actually did it. And, it's really cool. We also get to see another one of Amidala's lookalikes. Remember in episode 1, Padme had a whole bunch of lookalikes as protection of her. Yes, we get to see a couple more of those. The Amidalans try to defeat Vader, and Vader goes and destroys all of them. And at this point, he's kind of just drained. He's done. His hatred, I don't think there's much of it at this point. And neither does Palpatine. For as he returns, Palpatine attacks. Not only does he attack with the royal guards, but he doesn't even let him light up a lightsaber. He doesn't give him a choice. What Palpatine wants to do in this issue, and he explains it very well. He basically just wants to make Darth Vader strong again. So when it comes to the Sith, it's fear and hatred that makes them strong. But what happens when you no longer are afraid? You're no longer strong, not in the Sith eyes. And when it comes to Palpatine, Darth Vader's always wanted to take out Palpatine, right? He's always wanted to become the master. But here's the problem. Palpatine is far stronger than Darth Vader. Look, if Darth Vader never lost on Mustafar, if he was still in Anakin's body, then he would be the most unstoppable thing in the galaxy. Palpatine would have to start fearing him. But that's not the case. Darth Vader is still a very powerful Sith, don't get me wrong. And he has the potential to be the most powerful being in the galaxy. But let's not forget, he is in a suit as helping him live for a reason. He got beat on Mustafar and really got, let's say, barbecued. Let's go with that. Yeah, he's not exactly in the best shape. He's the weakest being in the galaxy. He might be the strongest with the Force, but he is vulnerable to Palpatine's attacks. And that's why, while yes, we've seen it in the comic books and the new canon, we've seen him try to stand up to Palpatine, try to trick Palpatine. But here's the thing. He can never, ever defeat Palpatine. The only one who could defeat Palpatine is possibly Luke. Because Luke has that strength in him as well. Luke is, just like his father, has the potential to be the most powerful being in the galaxy. That's why Darth Vader wanted Luke Skywalker in Episode 5 to join him. He wanted him to defeat Palpatine. And that whole thing of rule the galaxy together, part of me wants to think that is true, but there's another part of me that's like, no, because if that's the case, Darth Vader would never control the galaxy. Luke would. And I don't think Darth Vader would mind if his son took control either. But that's his main goal, you know? And that's why in Episode 6, Palpatine wants Luke Skywalker to take his father's place and defeat him. He wants the Sith to continue, and only the strongest survives with the Sith. He needs Luke Skywalker. But of course, Luke Skywalker is a true Jedi and decides not to become what his father is. You know, he sees what his father is. He realizes that he's walking down the same path. He realizes his own problems, and he lets it go. That's what a true Jedi does. A true Jedi isn't just someone who looks like a Jedi and waves a lightsaber. A true Jedi is someone who understands their darker side and doesn't use it. Yes, Luke Skywalker got mad and went wild on Darth Vader and almost defeated him. But Luke Skywalker realized what he was doing, and he stopped himself. He was able to stop himself, and that's how he became a true Jedi. That's what a true Jedi is. And the fact that in this comic book we have Palpatine absolutely ruining Darth Vader and making him fear him once more, making that true fear burn in Darth Vader. It explains why in Episode 6, Darth Vader said he must obey his master. He's scared of him. He doesn't know what to do. And that's when Luke Skywalker says, then my father is truly dead, and walks away. And we get that scene where Darth Vader is just standing there thinking to himself, what am I doing? You know, that's why I truly feel like what he's thinking about. And it's so interesting, that scene, because you really don't know what's on his mind, but you kind of get the idea, at least I have the idea, of him thinking, what the heck am I doing? Especially now with this new content that we are getting in this comic book. And by the way, I really wish this was animated. I really wish this was a show. I really wish this wasn't just a comic book, because it is so cool. We got Palpatine Force pulling his lightsaber away. We got him shocking Darth Vader. We got him choking Darth Vader. Darth Vader is choking and understanding the pain that he's caused others. That he's choked, like he choked his wife. He choked other members of the Empire. And all that. He's now feeling the exact same pain that he dished out. It's just incredible to see. I really wish this was a animated show and not just a comic book. But I'm really glad we have it one way or another. And the comic book is fantastic art. And then you know what Palpatine does to finish it all off? He throws him back on Mustafar. And the idea is that Palpatine helped Darth Vader get out of Mustafar. But this time, he's got to do it himself. So he leaves him on the exact same shoreline to start getting burned up, and takes his lightsaber away and says, with your own strength, not the Force, but with your own strength, you have to rise or fall. And that's basically what happens. He's not allowed to use the Force, because if he does, he will be instantly killed by Sidious. Palpatine, he has to do it with his own strength. And that's going to cause great fear and hatred of Sidious. Which, to Sidious, he's doing this to hopefully make him more powerful. Thing is, that's not what's going to make him more powerful. It's Luke Skywalker. And in episode 6, when he meets Luke Skywalker again, that scene now, there's so much context to that scene. It's going to change so much. My favorite fights, my favorite duel, my favorite lightsaber duel in Star Wars is Darth Vader versus Luke at the end of episode 6. My favorite movie is episode 6 because of that fight. Return of the Jedi. This is, I know it says Revenge of the Jedi. That was the original title. Why is it not why is it not Revenge of the Jedi anymore? Because, what's his name? George Lucas. Sorry, I'm going crazy off of a script now. George Lucas decided a Jedi doesn't take revenge, and that's why he named it to Return of the Jedi instead. I love that fact, and it just brings so much more to what Luke is able to do for Darth Vader in that scene. It's my favorite scene. It's my favorite lightsaber duel. My favorite scene in all of Star Wars is that scene between Luke and Darth Vader. That entire fight, that entire lightsaber duel is so incredible, and there's so much more context because now we know Darth Vader is so much more scared of Palpatine than he's ever been before, thanks to this comic book. That's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know, what did you guys think about this comic book? Let me know what you guys think about this comic book in terms of episode 6. I think it says a lot more than what it just says on the panels. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out.